like you're gonna think to yourself like this is not it for me.
Okay.
But if you just, it's like going to the gym. It's like the days you don't want to go to the gym and you go turn out to be the
Mm-hmm.
best days. So it's
Yeah.
like the shoots you don't want to go on, like the type of shoots you don't want to do. If you do, could be actually like maybe the most fun or like the most inspiring or like even the most door opening like for opportunity like shoots you do.
Yeah.
So like I guess that ties into like a generic broader statement, like not just the niche of photos is like hop on every opportunity you got, no matter what it is.
Alright. I need to find my notes so I can go. We are all recording. Let's do this. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Young Minds podcast. My name is Luke Aiden, and this is episode 2. We're going. Episode 1 was awesome. I had a lot of feedback and a lot of just great, I don't know, people just texted me and they said it was awesome. So episode 2 is here and we're rolling. I have a guest for you I will introduce in 1 minute, but just want to say thank you guys again for episode 1. That was awesome. I love doing this, and if you can tell, we are in a different area right now. We're in just this. We're in my college business building. That's a lot, and yeah, we're recording here. It's kind of a little bit better than my dorm, but it's nice. So, um, thank you again for episode 1 or episode 1. Wow, I'm loud. I'm just all over the place right now, but it's fine. We're good. Figuring out some technical difficulties, but we're doing that, and otherwise, yeah, we're gonna hop right into it. So, on today's episode of Young Minds, we have Zach Fleischman. He is the associate producer of D1 Photos and his own business, Fleischman Pro, and he is 17. Zach, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Luke? Thanks for having me.
Good. Yeah, no
Appreciate
problem, man. So, honestly, wait, I need to pull up my notes because I had them. Okay.
it.
Yeah. Zach and I have been friends. Well, we haven't met each other in person yet, but how did we meet?
Been in contact. We've been in contact
We've
for
been in
like
contact like
four or
for
5 months now.
5, yeah. We met for how did we meet again?
Powder predicate.
Yeah, okay.
Syndicate.
That's powder, yeah, syndicate. So,
Yeesh.
yeah. So if you guys don't know, I started a like would you call it a media company?
um, Community.
A community. It's like a media community that we started and posted few videos on TikTok, and it kind of just went off from there. We had a big like group chat of like snowboarders and skiers, and I kind of need like a board of directors or a few people to help me with that, and Zach was one of them, and he's an amazing photographer, an amazing videographer. So tell me who you are first, kind of like what you do, and we'll
Yeah, I
start with
got
that.
you.
Yeah.
So what's up, everyone? My name is Zach Fishman. I am born and raised in Connecticut, but soon to be out west in San Diego for college. I'm
Okay.
17, like Luke said, so I'm a senior in high school. Let's see here. Like Luke said already, I'm an associate producer at my friend's company, D1 Photos, where we film weddings. And then I'm just starting my own business and kind of like my own route, my own niche of trying to get into real estate, 360 tours, photos, videos, walkthroughs, that whole thing. We'll get into
Yeah.
it later. Other than that, it's pretty much it. I mean, we'll dive into like, I guess,
Yeah, we'll
where
dive
I came
into
from.
other things. So you, I kind of you mentioned to me before that you're doing 360
Yeah.
videos for real estate. How is that going? Because like the real estate game's kind of hard to get into.
Oh, dude, it's the most struggle I've had with like
Yeah.
my whole like niche of photo and video like I've ever
Okay.
had in my entire career of it so far. Like like right now the housing market with like the pandemic,
Mhm.
everyone is like trying to move out of the cities. So like the housing market for buying is crazy,
Yeah.
but nobody's selling. It's just everyone's buying.
Not everyone wants to get out and buy.
Yep. So
Yeah.
it's like really hard for realtors to even bring other people in to take photos, walkthroughs, like that whole type of thing. So, I mean, I've just been kind of
Jeez.
nailing out emails every day, 100 emails a day, just like trying to reach out and get my foot in the door, I guess
Yeah,
you could
get your
say.
name out there.
Yep.
Dang. Well, okay. We'll touch on that a little bit later, but trying to find like good questions here, honestly. So okay, why did you start photography and videography? I feel like a lot of people, like personally, like everybody, like just starts photography. Everyone starts videography. But
Oh
why?
yeah.
How did you start? How did you get into it?
So to be honest, like my earliest like recollection
Rec- yeah,
of like
recollection. Yeah.
yeah, recollection of like getting into it was actually in a pre-algebra class I had
Okay.
where I had to do like a golden ratio
Pre-algebra.
type of thing. Yeah, no, we'll get into it.
Okay. Pre-algebra.
I had to do a golden ratio project, and like
Okay.
it kind of like means like the rule of thirds of like how things like aligned and framed to your eye.
Right.
And so like from there, I had to go around like take photos, just like on like I think I had like an iPhone 5S, iPhone 6 maybe,
Okay.
and like that was like in the time like Apple's cameras were like really like starting to kick off, and it was like smartphone cameras could like actually like produce like pretty much a good
Yeah,
punch of a photo.
they could actually be like
Yeah,
be decent. Yeah.
yeah. So I went around like flowers, like trees, your generic stuff, and like from there, like, my teacher was like, "Whoa, wow, like, these are like really cool." Like blah blah blah. I was like in eighth grade or something, seventh grade or something like that.
Yeah.
Like from there, it's like I guess it really just grew from there. Like on Instagram, I started following like all photography accounts, and then from there, I found like, I mean, your classic like Sam Colder,
Yeah.
um, like all those
Peter
guys, and so like
McKinnon.
it just, oh, of course, and
Of
it just
course,
like
the legend himself.
it grew into like from like a habit of looking at it into an obsession of like, wow, like I want to be those guys type of thing,
Yeah.
and like I started developing the mindset of like I love turning like moments I was experiencing into like memories I can like look back on and reflect on.
Yeah.
But like not just like your classic like iPhone photos like at a party or something. It's just
Yeah.
like I want to vividly paint that picture when I look back at that photo or video and just
Okay.
like kind of like relive the experience and journey.
Yeah.
And it's like that's the mentality I'm going off of like right now. So I guess that's really how I got into it.
Jeez. Okay. So pre-algebra, huh? That's
Yeah.
new. I was not expecting that. But yeah, I hear a lot of photographers. I'm a photographer myself, but not to your level. Your stuff's insane. Um,
Thank you.
compared to me. But no, I get the same thing of like trying to make like a story out of it, make it very visual, and it's an art kind of. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, I
Oh, no,
totally
of
get
course.
that.
It's totally like a form of self-expression. And like I feel like when everyone starts, it's like they all start from like the same root, but
Yeah.
then it's like a tree. Like they kind of like branch out their own ways.
Yeah.
And it's like with me, like I said, like I love going back to like those memories and moments. Like it's just it's incredible to me like see like so many like-minded creatives like their story, like where they came from, like why they got into it.
Yeah. So like um oh, where was I going with that? So when you said like branch out like a tree, you mean like finding your own niche, kind of finding like what you're doing? Is that
Yeah,
what
like
you're
find
talking
your own
about?
journey with like find your own
Yeah.
passion.
Okay.
Um, what was I gonna say? Like I'm trying to get into like the real estate game. I know like my friend is doing weddings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so like it's just like incredible to me. Like I have a friend who just moved out of California and like signed a contract with like an influencer, and he makes YouTube videos for her on the weekly.
That's
Um,
awesome.
like he's an extremely talented kid. Like props to him, straight out of high school, just like YOLO, just went
Yeah.
out there and
Just
just
went
like
out and sent. I know a few
yep.
buddies who did that. So you started photography, you're kind of you know what you're doing. You have a little bit of experience under your belt. Why did you want to go into business with it? Why did you want it? Why did you want to create a business out of it?
Like I realized like as I was like producing content out there and like producing like my work, like people
Yeah.
like gained interest. They're like, hey, like I'll pay you to do this. And I'm like, wow, like I can make a quick buck off this. Wow, I can
Yeah.
make money. People like want my work. And then that's when I really started talking to a good friend of mine in high school. His name's Drew. He's the owner of D1 Photos now. And he just started getting into it as well, like the business aspect of it when I met him.
Hmm.
And so he just started filming weddings and stuff like that. And so like he brought me along, and then like I fell in love with like the business side of it,
Yeah.
of like that constant like moving, like that hustle of like negotiations, like the constant like booking gigs for people to do, and just like spreading like showing your work to them and like delivering them a product that like you're proud of and like they're proud of as well to show off like themselves like in their work. Well, now it's like in their workspace, but like I'm doing it
Yeah.
for like real estate and stuff like that. But
So like just kind of being able to do what you love, do what you want, but also being able to make money off of it.
oh yeah, hundred
Yeah.
percent.
But
Like in the beginning, go ahead.
so like actually you go ahead because that's a question I want to ask after this. Yeah.
In the beginning of it, like I was afraid I was going to over justify it, and like if I started making money off it, I would like drain myself of it and like kind of lose interest.
Yeah.
It's like I was very skeptical to like move into like that business aspect of it.
Mhm.
But like I realized you could like always just put your own creative touch to it and like make it
Yeah.
yours and unique and like stylized to you. And it's like
Oh yeah.
I just loved carrying that over to like the
So did
business
you
aspect of it.
know? Yeah. So did you know like what you were doing when you went into a business, or you just kind of went in flying? You just had no idea.
No idea when I started. I
Yeah.
do now. Don't worry.
Yeah,
I
you
do
do now. You know. Yeah.
to an extent.
I mean,
But like
I still don't know what I'm doing, but yeah.
I remember I did a paid gig with like it was like a dark room. It was like kind of this environment, like
Yeah.
a huge banquet hall, like
Okay.
super dark, not the proper lighting you want to be in, with like a $200 like Nikon with like a kit lens, and it was
It was just.
rough.
Was that like
It
your
was
first
rough.
shoot?
Pretty, yeah, it was like a family friend. Like he hosted this like banquet, and like he was like, "Hey, I come out take photos. I pay like $100 or something." I was like,
Sold.
"100
I'll
bucks
do it. Yeah.
sold."
Yeah.
So yep, I'll come on out. And so like I went out and like I couldn't even drive. Like my mom dropped me off in like Danbury, Connecticut, and like from where I live, Danbury is like 45 minutes away
So it's far.
to do
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. So, and then so the other question I was actually going to ask you is the production side of like photography and videography, because what I feel like a lot of people don't understand is like you shoot something and then boom, there's a product. But
Oh
there
yeah.
is a lot more that
There's a
goes
lot of in
between
between.
just shooting and then the
Yeah.
final product. You want to kind of explain that, because especially with wedding photography, because I've shot a few weddings in my past. Kind of like you said, like I was 16. It was a family friend of ours. I had like a small Sony A. It was like the first like A series that they came out with,
Oh
and
geez.
they and I was like, yeah, I knew what I'm doing. I can use Final Cut kind of well. It was just right out of like fresh out the gates. But no, I know what you mean. And she paid me like $200. I was so happy, and it was an hour from my house, and it was like in downtown Denver and everything. But that was I remember like those like first real like gigs that like
Oh yeah,
got
it's
like
super nerve
terrifying.
wracking. Like
Oh,
you're
it's
trembling like while you're doing it. You're like,
yeah,
oh my
you're
gosh.
scared because like you're scared because you can't mess up that shot, because it's like
No, not at all.
no, especially with wedding photography and
Yep.
videography, because you cannot mess that up.
Yep. That first kiss, that ceremony.
Oh
Oof.
no, you can't do that. So yeah,
There's no
so
recovering from that.
no, there's not, and you're shaking the entire ceremony. So let's go into that a little bit. How what's your editing process like? What's your post production like?
Yeah. So, like I said, like I film it with like my friend Drew. It's his business. So like
Yeah,
he thinks of me as a second shooter.
yeah.
I play a big role. So like
I'm
I'm
bigger
always
than
helping him
that.
like getting B roll. It's like all these extra shots. And so when it comes down to editing, um, we always shoot our so we break up the wedding like on the field like into like four different parts, like pre-ceremony, ceremony, cocktail hour,
Yep,
like reception, after party, like dances, speeches, and then we're out.
yep.
And so like, we always divide up into separate SD cards to stay organized.
Oh,
And then
that's smart.
from those
Yeah.
SD cards, we like keep them nice and organized in like folders. And then
Mhm.
when we start editing, um, I know Drew does it a little differently than I do, but I always start with audio. So like I'll find the
Really?
song I want to do. I find my pacing,
Yeah. Okay.
and then
I get
I'll
that.
kind of match clips and like do my selects from there.
Yeah.
Um, but I really think the main part of it is like it does not matter how you edit or like what processes you take to edit. It really matters of how you stay organized and like your process of about like you have to think about the editing process while you're on the field. You can't just be like, okay, I'm gonna shoot this and then go home and edit.
It needs to be
It's
in
like
your
no,
head, like how you're gonna
you
build
need
a
to think about
storyline.
editing while you're shooting. Yep.
Yep, you need to be building a
Otherwise,
storyline while you're shooting it.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%, because it'll just throw off your pacing so much, and like
Mhm.
it could just become such a jumble and like super overwhelming.
Yeah. No, I totally get that, and I'm the same way. I'll start editing with like the music first in mind, and then I'll kind of start laying clips like that work well with the music, and then it kind of like builds a story and builds something like that.
Yep.
I totally get that. So do you just do you yeah do you just do videography, or do you do photos for weddings as well?
So for weddings, Drew and I both are trying to get into more of wedding photos.
Okay.
My personal strong suit is photos. I am now starting to transition into video. So I
Okay.
just got myself a nice like Ronin M gimbal audio, like I've never had before.
I saw
Um,
it. It looks nice.
it does look nice. And so like I've always been used to like just a camera and SD card for photos. That's it.
Yeah.
Like maybe an ND filter here and there, but like now I have like external monitor, gimbal, like audio. It's crazy. So I know we're trying to switch into photo, but right now we're just mainstream video.
Okay. So that's one thing I I've always been scared about, and I give props to photographers like you guys who are going into photo. That's even scarier than videography, I feel like, especially with wedding photography, because like,
Oh yeah, it could be.
it's bridezilla on the day of her wedding. Like she doesn't want to, nothing could be messed up. Yeah. So props to you guys because that's tough. Plus though it pays a lot more. Does
Oh
it
yeah,
than videography?
especially if you have the skill of both.
Yeah.
You can up the prices of your packages and just
Like I say, you can do a
it
full
coats everything
bundle.
over nicely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jeez. No, that's impressive. I've thought about doing it, but I'm kind of like, I don't know about that. But
You got to pull the trigger on it.
yeah, yeah. So you're senior in high school, correct?
Yep.
And are you shooting for what else are you shooting? Because you said you have Fleshman Pro, your other company.
Yep. So D1 is the D1 photos is purely around weddings.
Yeah.
At least in my aspect. I mean, Drew does a lot of everything underneath weddings. Like he does like senior portraits, sports,
Yeah.
whole nine yards. He does it all.
Cool.
I'm really trying to be picky with my niche.
Yeah.
That way I can get good and grow out in that field. And so I would love to get into car films. I would love to get into like I said, becoming more mainstream in 360 tours and real estate photos. That way I could balance both photo and video.
Okay.
But I mean, at my age, at my skill, like I'll take anything I can get.
Yeah.
Like I'll do any type of shoot. I'll do photos. I'll do portraits. I'll do sports. Like I'll do like anything.
Yeah. You're trying to
but
get your
I
name
really
out
want to
there
settle
and-
down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So like, you're based in Connecticut, correct? I want to make
Yep.
sure I have that right because for a second I thought Virginia and I was like, no, that's not right. But okay, so behind like every business owner and business person, there's like a mentor or someone that you kind of looked up to. For
Yep.
me, who would that be for me? I've had a mentor in the past. His name's Steve Weaver. Awesome dude, marketing genius. He's helped me with a lot of things. Would you say you kind of have a mentor for photography and going into the business, or you just kind of going blind?
I definitely had both, like a social mentor, like a social idol I looked up to.
Yeah.
Like a Sam Coulter type of figure.
Yeah.
His name is actually Tom Kaler.
Okay.
He's based in the UK. He does sick work of like cars and landscapes out in like the Scottish Highlands and Irish Cliffs of Moher and like all that, like whole nine yards. It's incredible. It's mind blowing
That's
work.
dope.
For a personal mentor, I would probably say my friend Drew.
Okay.
We met in high
owner of
school.
D1, right? Yeah.
Yeah, owner of D1
Okay.
Photos. We met in high school. Like we both knew we had an attraction towards
Yeah.
cameras. Actually, in the beginning, we hated each other because
Really?
like it was always like a competition.
Okay, wait. So like,
And like I was younger, so like always.
so you guys just wanted to like who was the best? Was that kind of?
Oh yeah, like I think Drew was either junior or senior. I forget what grade I was in. Maybe a sophomore.
That's funny.
And we were in the same digital photography class. And
It was just a
dude,
competition after.
it was that entire class was like it was all eyes like shifting back and forth between me, him, just going back and forth, like just shooting our shots. And like
That's funny.
the projects, just like we'd always try to one up each other. And,
Hey,
like,
but that's what makes a photographer better though. Is like you guys are doing people.
100%.
You were just upping it and just keep going.
And like I remember the day so vividly. Like we hated each other up to the point like he needed a second shooter for
Yeah.
a wedding, and he was like, "Listen, I'll pay you. I know you know how to use a camera. Come on." And I was just sitting there like, "Sheesh.
You're like,
All right, let's go." And from there, like we just kind of
dude,
clicked.
that's kind of cool that like you're not nemesis, but like you guys didn't like each other. It was a competition.
Oh no, he was. My
He
nemesis.
was your nemesis. Okay, so like
He
your
was my
arch nemesis was like, nah, it's funny. Real quick, I'm gonna check cameras and yeah, because I'm doing the solo. So just pause real quick.
All right, yeah, you're fine. Oh wait, you're in my AirPods. You can still hear me.
Yes, I can.
That's weird.
Isn't that trippy? This
It is trippy.
this screen recording has taken up 8 gigabytes already.
Are you shooting in 4K?
No, I'm just shooting on my thing, on my laptop, which is weird. I don't know why it's doing that.
There's a bug in this. That's disgusting.
There's a bug in your drink.
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh, are you a Starbucks drinker?
No, it's my sister's. I just filled it with water. It's pretty.
Oh.
It's a good cup.
That's a good cup. Okay, so you and Drew are arch nemesis, as we've
Yes.
established, which is kind of funny in my opinion. That's really funny. But all right. Uh, mentor skills. What have you? Okay, this is a great question. Um, so as a 17-year-old, and you're going into a high demand market, like there's 30-year-olds out there who have established businesses, established everything, like they know what they're doing. They have a client base of over 100 people and referrals going in and out. What are you doing different? What is it, because you're young? Is it because like you have the new technology and you have like a younger view, or what is it?
To be quite honest with you, I'm still trying to figure it out.
Okay.
I have a pretty good idea.
Mhm.
I feel like what really sets me apart, I mean, apart from the obvious of like my prices are like 80% lower than everyone else's, just so I can get my foot in the door, my name out there.
Yeah.
Like I know my work can sell itself. It's just like my reinforcement would be so much better. Um, you were saying that like because I'm younger, because like I have like that. I don't know. I guess you can say that. Yeah, you're really making my like, mind like turn here. Hang on.
No, you're good. Like I'm impressed with
I guess you can say it's
yeah.
the ambition that's like kind of driving me to stand out.
Okay.
Like I know my work can sell itself. That's like kind of my big factor. Like I'm not trying to be cocky with it. It's like I don't know the space. I don't know this industry,
Right.
and like that's kind of like what is so attractive to me about it is like the unknown of like I'm trying to figure it out. So it's like it's fun. It's like I'm at such a young age where I can play with it. It's like not like life or death. It's not like
Yeah.
making it or breaking it in like terms of like wealth or like welfare type of thing. It's like I can have fun with it. So like I'm trying new things. I'm trying what's working, trying like what's not working. And so I really think it's the ambition that's like setting me apart of like
Okay.
my driven motive of like I'll email someone. If they don't respond, I'll email again. If they don't respond, I'll email again. If they don't respond, I'll call.
You'll call them and
If
get
they
in
don't answer my
touch.
call, I'll walk into like that real estate brokerage
Yeah.
and it's like, listen,
Yep. You're very, what's the word? Very
driven.
driven. Yeah, well I can tell. You're very very driven. But you said, "Oh, you what did you say earlier? You said that um you're trying things that work and try things that don't work. So what are a few things that like haven't worked that you've like realized and
Um,
you've moved on?
emails.
Emails. Okay. It's like so like it's in the marketing like aspects, like those are the things that haven't been working. Okay.
Yeah. So from my experience so far, like, I mean, just throwing it out there, like Facebook DMs work way better than emails, and I that kind of
Seriously.
shocked me a little bit.
That shocks me.
I've even gotten more no's from. I've at least gotten more no's from Facebook than like just no replies from email. And like to me, like
Really.
that no is way better than just being like ghosted.
That surprises me because like not to be mean or rude to the older generation, but they don't always check DMs and like they don't really know what
100%.
DMs. So like
And like
that shocks me, dude.
it was surprising too because like the one of the women that just got back to me recently about it
Uh
was
huh.
she's like I'm telling you right now she's well in her 50s.
Yeah.
Like well in her 50s. And like her social media is like super well established. And I was like, you know what?
Try it. Give it a
It
shot.
can't hurt.
Yeah.
Like the worst that could happen is she doesn't respond.
Uh huh. Did she
And she
respond?
responded. And
Yeah.
she was like, hey, like I'll keep you in mind. Like I don't have
Huh.
anything for you right now though. Like I apologize. I was like, oh shoot.
So
Like
Facebook,
wow.
like Facebook Messenger, the app
Yeah.
Messenger, that
Yep.
shocks me. Wow. Huh. I would not expect that.
Neither did I.
Uh-uh.
And so like that and like what kind of surprised me too is like say you want to buy a home. You go on like realtor.com, Zillow.com and
Yep.
you hit contact like agent about this house.
Mhm.
When I hit I'll hit that button and just put in like my pre-generated script
Yeah.
of like, hey, this is who I am, this is what I do,
Mhm.
here's my work. Feel free to contact me with any questions. Thanks. And like that kind of draws them in too, but it's like, oh, I have a buyer. Oh wait, no, I have a business proposition in my DM for like an inquiry to buy a house.
Yeah.
So like, I
Oh,
think
so
like
like it
them like
grabs their
that throwing it
attention a
off.
little
Yeah.
bit. So like,
Yep.
oh, okay. So you're attacking them basically at like, dude, that's smart. So you're
I'm
attacking them
approaching them as a buyer.
as a buyer. So you're going down like a different channel to
Yep.
get.
And
Yeah.
so like they'll prioritize me because like, oh, like that's a client. That's money right
Mhm.
there. That's opportunity to be made.
Yeah.
It's like, oh wait, no, it's just a 17-year-old stupid kid just reaching out to sell me a
No, but that's
service.
that's smart. I haven't really heard
Oh, no,
of
100%.
people doing that. How did you think of that? Just popped in your head one day, or?
My cousin actually. So my cousin is, oh gosh, his age. I think he's 19. He just got his like real estate license, realtor's license. Um, and I was like, hey, like, I want to get into this space. Like, what do you recommend I do?
Mhm.
And he was like, honestly, just like go to like Zillow and just like contact them from there, find their email from there.
That's
And I was like,
smart.
okay. And then
Zillow.
I went there. I was like, oh shoot, I'll try it. Like, why
Yeah.
not?
So like, I'm assuming, have you had like some success with the Zillow emails? Because you said emails are not
Um,
really a huge
I
thing.
I literally just started doing them
Okay.
like probably a day ago.
Okay.
So,
I'll
um,
check back with you and see how
oh
it's
yeah,
going.
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
You'll update everyone.
No, yeah, I'll update every. Don't you worry. So since like the podcast is like called Young Minds, and we're both younger entrepreneurs, I would consider both of us entrepreneurs. What do you see your perspective or your outlook on your business or any business? Where can you see yourself in 10 years? Can you see yourself with the same business like Fleshman Pro? How did real quick before we go, how did you come up with the name Fleshman Pro?
Um, to be honest, I was just kind of playing with it, and I thought like my last name's Fleischman. A lot of businesses are like like their last name, and it's just like,
Mm-hmm.
what do? I do production,
Oh,
but I
okay.
don't want Fleischman production.
Yeah.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah.
I want something that was like, I know my last name's like a tongue twister
I
to
had to
spell
ask you
to
how to
say.
pronounce it before this
Yeah,
started.
I know.
Yeah.
And so like, I just figured like Fleischman Pro would be like it sounded bold. It sounded like prominent.
Yeah.
Sound prominent.
Yeah.
So it just kind of stuck. I
Okay.
mean, it's nothing like official. When I turn 18, which is like in a month or two here, I'll probably look into like a DBA or LLC just to kind of like officiate myself, and
Okay.
then maybe I might do a name change from there because I'm early on still.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like as of right now in the business world of things, it's sticking. My website's named it.
Good.
My I mean, my Instagram's linked to my main Instagram anyway, so it's just at Zach Fleischman.
Subtle
My
plug.
email's like linked to it. How to plug it? My email's plugged to it. Like all that. So I'm just kind of like I'm kind of like separating myself from like my personal
Like your
like
personal
social side of me
side
to
and then
yeah
your
from like
business side.
business.
No, I totally get that. I've done the same thing, but I also see personally I see a benefit in also like combining both because um like I'll post this podcast like I'll like repost it on my story on my personal Instagram so people can because I have more followers on there like more of a viewership. So like there's also like a pro of intertwining like yeah, intertwining both your professional and your personal, I think. So
Oh,
I think you've
100%.
done it well as well.
Yeah, I've actually been doing it recently with my Instagram.
Yeah.
I was like, instead of like starting a new Instagram with like 0 followers, why not use my main that has like 900? And so, you're gonna love this.
All right.
More recently, like, while I applying at colleges and stuff, you know how they have like the Facebook groups for like the class of 2025,
Yeah.
class of 2024, or
I
whatever.
never got in those, and
And
I
like,
don't know why. I didn't know it was a thing until I got to college. I had no idea.
so I got into like the San Diego one,
Mm-hmm.
and like I'm sitting there thinking like, I think there's some serious followers to be made here. So I reached out to every university class of 2025 because that's like my graduation year for college page I could find. So like UNC Chapel Hill, like University of Alabama, place I didn't even apply to. Sent my little like bio of me, my like Instagram handle at the bottom of it, and like sent 5 pictures.
Yeah.
I've gotten like 500 followers
Dude,
overnight.
that's genius. So you're just applying, or you're not applying, but like you're joining these
I'm literally
colleges.
I'm sending Instagram DMs to these college groups of like a bio and pictures of me. I didn't even apply to these places. Like
I was gonna say you're not
UNC
even
Chapel
going
Hill
to
is
these
like
colleges,
no.
dude.
UNC Chapel Hill is like 18% acceptance rate
That's
for like
genius.
in-state. Out of state, it's even
That's
lower.
genius.
Like I have people in my DM saying, "Congrats on getting into Chapel Hill." Like, oh, like what are you majoring? I have like Luke. I have like 16 Instagram DM requests alone.
Just because you're
Requests.
in those,
Yeah.
bro. That's genius though. That's smart. I would have, dude. That's funny. That's like hysterical.
And so like
though.
I've literally been going ham on them.
So you're subtly plugging yourself and your social media on
Yeah,
all of these,
it's like I'm posing myself as a potential like student.
bro.
I want to meet new friends.
Friends.
Hit me up.
Yeah, just hit me up. Follow me, but hit me up, dude.
I mean, honestly, there's some good connections to be made
I mean,
as
there's
well.
totally
But like
good connections.
like there's a few kids that have stood out to me already, and like I'm actually talking to them.
Yeah.
There's a kid from like there's a girl from UNC I'm talking to. Like she's on like TED
Yeah.
Talks,
Really?
like the official like TEDx talks.
Oh,
Yeah.
then yeah. Keep that. Keep that.
Oh yeah, no, I'm like I'll write down her Instagram handle on my notes. TED Talk potential like opportunity.
That's funny. So how old is she? If she's doing TED Talks.
She's same age.
Really?
She's applying to UNC Chapel Hill class 2025.
Where's Chapel Hill?
It's North Carolina.
Wow.
Looks like I might have to
He's
transfer.
like, yo, all right, well, I think we're going to Chapel Hill now with like a 10% acceptance rate. All right.
It's crazy though. I think it's one of the smartest ideas I've had like
Dude, no,
all
that's
year.
genius.
I highly recommend it to
Low
anyone, even if you just
key,
want more followers, more clout.
low key, I might do that with this podcast. That's an idea.
Do it.
Because it's
Just like
young
that's what I did. Like
minds.
I'm like
It's younger people.
I did like, hey everyone, like my name is Zach. I'm from here. Hey guys, guess what? I film weddings.
Okay.
Like how many 17-year-olds do you know that film weddings? Like I know a
Yeah,
few,
I'm like,
but I'm in the space. Like I'm in the
yeah.
industry, so like
I
I
know a
know.
few people.
Like
Yeah.
someone from the outside that knows like
Just like
nothing
people on
about
the
like any of this
street.
stuff. It's like whoa, like wow.
Yeah. Dude, that is actually so genius.
I know.
That might be something I'm doing tonight.
I thought of it and I was like sitting there and I thought about it and I was just like this could
Yeah,
work. I was like this could
those are
work.
those are the ideas. They're like the ones that you just kind of think of. You're like, no, you're like, wait, that could work. That just
Yeah, it
like
was like
pop in your head.
I posted mine in San Diego because like like I'm like 90%
Yeah,
committed. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to like find people out there I need to talk to.
yeah,
And like from that I got like 100 followers. And I was like, wait.
that's
I was like,
genius.
they posted it 20 minutes
That is
ago. And I was like, wait.
genius, bro. Oh, that is so smart.
And so like especially now like I'm plugging my Instagram like my website and stuff like that. And so like I really think it's important, like especially for like local
Yeah,
businesses, local clientele, to like see a reputation on Instagram. So I'm like, oh, it's perfect.
yeah.
Two birds, one stone.
So, okay, so I feel like you kind of hinted at it, but so you're using your Instagram as like your portfolio, kinda, basically.
Yes, 100%.
Okay,
I can't lie. I can't even make up an excuse. I've been lacking
really.
on Instagram a
Okay.
lot. I'm dry of content.
Hmm.
I haven't shot anything in a while for fun, like in an artsy aspect.
Yeah.
I've done a few like consultations to like local businesses for like shoots here and there. Like I have a few coming up. I also have that contract with that school district, which we'll get into.
I was gonna bring that up.
Um, and so like I've really been lacking.
Hmm.
Like I've done like probably one shoot, two shoots, even with this like new rig I got. Like I'm looking at it every day. I'm like,
You're like, I
dang,
just
like
want
I
to
need to
get.
get out and shoot with this
Yeah,
thing.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. So like, so you've been kind of focused more. Would you say you're more focused on working or shooting for like businesses and doing stuff like that?
Yep,
Okay. Yeah.
100%.
See, I noticed that too
Um,
when I was focused on photography. Like, I would love just to post stuff on my main, but like, I wanted just to get content, have it make money for me basically and for the client, and then sell it. And I just won't have time to do personal stuff.
oh
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I totally get that.
It's like especially now, it's like I'm going to college too. Like Connecticut to San Diego is like 3,000 miles. It's like I'm gonna need money out
Yeah.
there. It's like I have money in stocks, yeah, but like
Yeah.
I would like to hold that
Some
long term.
GME.
I don't really want to like pull to the
to,
moon.
to the moon.
And so like I don't know. I've been trying to like get into the business world a little bit quicker. Like I'm trying to nudge myself to like push myself and
Yeah.
like try to reach out more and network more. Just like I would love to pick up some extra cash. I would love to like do this. I would love to invest in new equipment, like new
Yeah.
people. It's like it's like that one connection. Like it could do it for
No,
you.
it could totally.
They might be like, oh hey, I know someone. Hey, I know someone else. It's like
Yeah.
I need this. They need that.
It's not.
It's like it could just
It's
grow
not
you.
what you know. It's who you know. And I think.
I love
Yeah.
that.
I think I've told you that a few times in our board of directors chat, but no, yeah. So I asked you a question like it feels like a while ago because we kind of went on a tangent. But what can you see yourself doing in like 10, 15 years? Can you still see yourself with the business?
Oh
Or
man.
I know
I,
I
see,
don't even know what I'm doing in a year. So
I, if I'm being honest, I would love to drop out of college.
so why are you even
Um,
going?
I really don't want to make the excuse of like, oh, my parents want me to like whatever, but like
But like they're
I feel like San Diego is a great stepping stone for
okay.
me. I feel like it's my place to be. I feel like I can grow a lot from
Okay.
it, and I feel like it would be very eye opening to me as well. And I feel like there would be a lot of opportunity. I mean, I'll be on my own, and so I can just, like go out and travel. I can shoot like basically whenever I want. I mean, I can do that here. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, but I mean, Connecticut compared to San Diego, I think there's a little bit more juice in San Diego than
Just a little
Connecticut.
bit. Are you going to San
So
Diego
like,
for
I
like Cali? Because Cali's kind
pretty
of
much,
yeah. Because Cali's known as like
pretty much.
the epidemic of like filming and like all the influencers go out there, the TikTokers and everything.
I don't know, I feel like it really enabled me to push myself beyond limits I knew even ceased like
Yeah.
exist with myself.
Okay.
It's a whole different ballpark.
Well, I mean, good for you for being
Um,
ready to go out. That's what I want to do because I came from Colorado to Montana, as you know, but it's not as far as a stretch like Connecticut to California. Goodness.
I know it's a big leap for
Yeah.
sure. Um, I'm anxious about it, but I'm excited. I think more so.
No. It's
But
gonna.
that's where I see myself for short term. 10 years. Gosh, I, I mean, my dream, I guess that I would hope to achieve my like short term
Right.
dream in 10 years of like digital nomad, completely working for myself. Um,
Yeah.
just like your average photographer, videographer's dream of going out to different countries every other week, shooting content for like Airbnbs,
Yeah.
like DJI Global, like all those companies for like shooting commercials for them, just like on all these exotic, like crazy places, and just like producing some like stellar content
Is
for
that
them.
something you'd want to do?
I would love to pursue
Okay.
that. Do I know where to start?
No.
No idea.
Okay.
Am I going to start?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, again, like you just have to find connections, kind of find like just meet the
Hundred percent.
right
100%.
people and more people just figure out and everything. But yeah, and honestly, I think cuz I didn't really realize until I got to college like how many connections there really are. Like through my professor, I already have a few people who are actually going to come on this podcast in the next few weeks. So he's helping me out with that
That's
and like
sick.
and he's helping us set up like what is it? Like um set up like our future basically. So we're doing resumes and he's finding us websites that like could really fit with what we want to do. So it's like I wasn't expecting that out of college, but like it's helpful. It's nice. It's really helpful.
Yeah.
So
No, knowing the right people sometimes is just
spot on. It's
oh my gosh.
perfect. No,
Yeah.
I totally get that, dude. But no, yeah. So I asked you 10, 15 years. Oh, the contract. Tell us a little bit about that because I'm
So
curious.
I have to give it to my friend Drew for that. Um, it was actually originally supposed to be his
Okay.
gig. Um, so basically, I would film all of their
Okay.
sports games, and it was kind of choppy this year because like all COVID and stuff, and like high school sports has been a
Yeah.
mess.
Yes.
At least up here it has been. And so I filmed like their filmed and live streamed their like soccer season in
Mhm.
the fall, only because Drew was supposed to do it. They reached out to D1 Photos, but he was at
Okay.
college. He was at the University of Rhode Island. He
Rhode
couldn't do it.
Island.
He was like, "Listen, like I'll pass it off to you. You can do it." I don't know if he took how much of a cut. I just received a paycheck. I was
Yeah.
happy with it. And then like recently, like a few weeks ago, they reached out to him again, and they're like, "Hey, we loved the kid. He did a phenomenal job.
Nice.
We're having a basketball season. Here are the dates. Here's a price. How does it sound?"
Nice, Zach.
And then he reached out to me. I was like, "It sounds fine with me." So like signed it. What's the third?
Uh,
I need to keep track of my dates
fourth.
here. Fourth. So that's coming up in like 5 days,
Nice.
5 days, 6 days, 5 or 6 days. It's like a week or so. I'll be
So you're
starting
getting
that.
paid through your school.
It's not my school district. It's like a neighboring town
Got it.
school
Okay.
district. Um,
That's dope.
but it's still a great opportunity. It's a great way to network in like that realm of like graduation videos, school
Yeah.
events, like anything that needs to be live streamed. Like they can see like the work we've done for like that school district, and then I go
That's
from there.
sick. I bet you're happy. I bet you're kind of thrilled to be doing
Oh
something
yeah,
like that. Yeah.
yep. It is of the easier jobs I've
Mhm.
had. It's not really editing intensive, and it's not like you could really mess it
Yeah.
up. As long as you keep like track of your subjects in a frame, everything goes smoothly.
I'm gonna check the cameras one more time because I've had
Yeah, it's
issues
fine.
with it. Oh, right. This is that's like the not the hard part. Oh wait, one sec. Where did my mouse go? This isn't the hard part, but like it's difficult by like doing a one man shoot. Is I don't really have anyone to be watching things, and if like my camera just
You know what
goes
you should
out.
do?
What up?
You should get like an external monitor and like hook it up to your like your
Yes.
you're using a Mac, right? Duh,
Yeah.
we're on FaceTime. Like put it behind your laptop, and then get like a wireless keyboard and mouse right in front of you. That way you can like just do what you're doing without
Just
moving.
yeah.
And you can check everything. You can even put like
Oh, that's
you can even put your screen recording software up on that monitor and check your levels.
so okay. Because in this room, there's a TV like right there.
Hook it up to the TV.
So that's genius. You
Do
know, that's genius. Okay, but here's the thing: is like, oh wait, no, I get it now. Yeah, I totally get it now.
Like your
Okay,
laptop's
that
here,
might be
screen here with all of your stuff. You could glance up occasionally. No one would know. You could have a keyboard and mouse right
yeah,
here. No one would see it. But like, I mean, here, this mouse, right? Mouse. No one sees
yeah.
it.
No one sees it. Okay, yeah. So I could have like the TV and then my camera like literally pointed right at me, and I could just look at the TV.
What do you use to screen record? Are you using like OBS?
Uh, QuickTime Player actually.
Really?
Yeah.
How's the integration with it?
Um,
It works.
Zach, it works. It's taking up a lot of gigabyte right now, but that's why I have my external hard drive plugged in, but it's working.
Yep. Yeah, but
That's
like
all
for
I
those
know.
like filming events like live streams, I've always run it through
Yeah.
OBS and then just ran my camera through my computer, and then just like streams
Okay.
like YouTube live with it.
Okay, yeah, I will probably be texting you later tonight, or the next few days, because
Anytime.
yeah, I'm gonna need help with that.
Yeah, of course.
So you
That's
said
my
you've been,
domain.
yeah, that's my domain. That's what I normally do. So you said you've
Look
been
at that. Look,
live streaming.
ready? It's a connection. You can utilize me. I'm a part of your network.
Oh, you point at your ear. I was so confused.
I did.
Well, you're like, it's a connection. I was so lost. It is a connection. You can utilize me. It's not. It's not. It's not what you know. It's who you know.
I'm here anytime for you.
Oh, thanks, Zach. So nice. Anyway, you said you've been live streaming and you said you've been doing sports events. How has Rona, this pandemic that is just, I think in 1 month, it's going to be a full year. Um, how's that affected you? Like, it has had to affect you somehow.
I'm assuming you want the business aspect of how it affected.
Business side, yeah. I mean, you can go into personal if
Nah,
you'd like.
there's not really much of a personal change. Like all of our
Okay.
lives have changed. I'm
I mean,
grateful to
everyone's
be
lives
like
have
for what
changed,
I have.
yes.
I'm grateful for like being healthy and everything. But in terms of
Yeah.
business, I know I'm not like a restaurant, small bakery where I'm really suffering. But man, it hurts
Yeah.
as a little freelance guy trying to make his way. Um,
I bet it, yeah.
I mean the housing market alone. There's not enough houses for sale. There's too many houses in demand to be bought. Everyone's trying to get out of New York. Everyone's trying to, like, especially because I'm up northeast, like New York's like literally an hour away from me. It's like everyone's just
Yeah.
trying to get out of New York. Like houses in my hometown are selling like within 3 days to a week max. They're on the
Yeah,
market,
that's crazy.
and so like
That is
like
nuts.
that alone is making it very hard for me to even like explore a new industry, a new niche of like real estate.
Yeah.
Weddings, it canceled a bunch of weddings. It's making it harder for people to book weddings because they want it so small. They don't want to like
Yeah.
risk anything. And so like I've had a bunch. We've had sorry, not I. Drew and I have had a bunch of
D1
wedding.
photos.
D1 Photos has had a bunch of
Yes.
wedding cancellations. Um,
Okay.
Threw us off a little bit, and like especially with the sports too. Like a lot of games, like the soccer season, like I was telling you about how we started, got cut
Yeah.
short because of like COVID. Like that school district got shut down. It's like no sports or anything. And so like,
Mhm.
it's really thrown everyone off, I think, in the business world. Like no matter what you do, no matter who you are, either at like
Yeah.
a small business level, at like a local business level, to even national or corporate, like it's thrown everything off.
I totally agree with you. I feel like everybody has been no matter what, even schools, colleges, it's the same thing. Businesses, the stock market for crying out loud.
That's
We will
that's
get
that's
into
a
that
whole
in a
other
second.
podcast episode.
I want to bring it up a little bit though. We'll bring it up in a.
Yeah, of course.
But no, yeah. So yeah, weddings have been canceled. Stuff has been, but like, has it like affected you to the point where like you need to shut down the business? Because I know like there's businesses that are being shut down. Like, has it
I
or
mean, so since
kind
I'm
of
freelance,
going?
there's no really shutting me down. Like it's not like I have an office space. It's not like I have a bunch. Like I do have expenses to pay. I have like a
Right.
bunch of like photo subscriptions. And, like Lightroom alone is like $200 a year. Like oh my god, it kills me.
It's
Um,
yeah that kills me as
like
well.
it's definitely sparked a creative burnout. It makes it harder to get up and go shoot.
Yeah.
Well, that in the 19-degree weather here in Connecticut, but like it's
Yeah, I
made
think it's like
it
a blizzard outside right now, and 28 degrees. So we're
it's
both. Yeah, I feel you.
yeah, but it's definitely made it harder for like at least for me to just like get up and go shoot like sporadically.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of my friends are on lockdown. Like their parents are like, very strict, so like I can't go do portraits of them.
Yeah.
Like that alone is like huge for me because like that's where my Instagram feed came from. Like it would just be
Yeah.
like me hanging out with friends, like me taking sporadic trips, and like I can't
And
really
just
do
going
that, so
and
I can't
doing
really
stuff.
document it. Um,
Yeah. There's this one photo I love of yours. There's two actually that are like absolutely perfect. The one of you. Oh, that's another thing I want to bring up. The one of you like squatted in front of the Beamer on the road.
oh yes, yep. My
So
Drew took that
is that
actually.
your
That was in Rhode
buddies?
Island.
Dude, that is a clean shot. That's awesome.
You could
And
think
then
that was a
wait, go for it.
that was a Sony 70 to 200 G Master.
It's clean. Clean. And then the second thing I would like to bring up, I kind of forgot about this. You own a Tesla.
I do. That seems to be a
At
very
age 17, you own a Tesla. So is that your first car?
oh gosh, you're gonna make me seem like I'm like entitled. No, I'm
You're
kidding.
not entitled. You're a
um,
hard ass worker, and I know this. I'm it
I'm
because
I'm
you
I'm,
sent me
ex-
a photo.
I'm extremely grateful.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm extremely thankful for like my dad of like what he's been able to provide for me.
Uh-huh.
I am paying it off slowly but surely. I mean,
You
it's
told me
it's
that,
it's not
yeah.
like a federal loan where it's like 5 years or 10% interest every month type of thing. So
No.
like I I would rather owe my dad than anyone else in the world because like he's like
Yeah.
oh yeah, it's like get it to me before I die
He's
type of
chill
thing.
with he's chill with it. He's cool, yeah.
But it's like when people find out like I'm not one to like go around wearing a shirt that says I own a Tesla. Like
No.
I'm not gonna be like oh
But
hey my name's Zach I
yeah.
own a Tesla. Like I'm not like that type of person. Like if it gets brought up, it gets brought up.
Yeah.
Um,
I
it
wanted to
actually
bring
makes
it
me
up
laugh.
because yeah, I wanted to bring it up because it's like you don't see like 17-year-olds, but you're so humble with it. That's the thing. You're so and you've told like the first thing you told me like, yeah, I'm paying it off, like I'm working, I love it. I love the car and you don't really bring it up. Like that's what is cool about it.
Yeah, like that actually developed from my hometown.
Okay.
My entire town is like a very upper middle like middle class, very I don't want to like talk down on anyone here, but like as a mass of a town, it's like of course there's prejudice. Of course there's like
Yeah.
a bunch of like super unrealistic views. There's a bunch of entitlement. There's a bunch of toxicity. Like it, and like that kind of like developed my mindset of like I don't like I'm not these type of people. I want to be my own person. I
Yeah.
want to go against the flow. And it's like
Yeah.
that's really why I
Totally.
want to go to San Diego. That's really why like I really want to get out of here. And it's like that's why
Yeah.
I
No, I
developed the
get
mindset
that.
of like I've seen how these people behave. I've seen how they've acted
Mhm.
of like, oh like look what I have. Like, oh I have this. It's like I didn't like it and I didn't want to become that. And so like
Yeah.
I just never brought it up. Like sure I have it. Yes, I'm
Mhm.
grateful. Yes, I'm thankful for it. Yes, I'm super appreciative of it. It's just like it's a huge deal. But like
Yeah.
I brushed it off as like not a big deal. But I just like I
Okay.
don't know. It's like I don't want to self center myself with it in the terms of like, oh, like look at me, I have a Tesla.
No.
Oh, you
No,
know?
you're just so chill and cool with it, and that's what I love. Like yeah. So
I don't want to live outside. Like I want to live within my means when I get older. I'm
yeah,
not one to be like, oh, I'm gonna wear Gucci slides with a Gucci watch and a Rolex on the same arm.
yeah.
With like, I don't need that.
That doesn't seem like your style. It just doesn't really seem who you
I'm
are.
I'm a charcoal sweater, black
Yep.
pant type of guy.
Yep.
I can wear that
Same.
365 and be okay.
I will wear flannel and a hoodie constantly, and I'm fine. And jeans. So that's normal. That's normal.
And just
I
like
totally get that.
the best word I can describe it as is like I'm humble about it.
You are. You really are. So that so the photo that I'm talking about that thought made me think
The
of the
rollers,
Tesla is yes, dude.
everyone loves those. I love those
It's
photos so much.
so clean because you have your feet out of the window and it's raining and it is just a gorgeous photo.
My friend Drew did an incredible job of not dropping my camera or getting it water damaged by hanging out of a car going 70 miles an hour in a torrential downpour.
It just
He did.
looks awesome.
He nailed his settings. He nailed the shot. And like it's funny because like we always go back and forth with each other. Like, oh, I'm better. Like you would be nothing without me, type of thing. But it's like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, we always agree. He is so much better like in camera movement, like in camera work, and I'm so much better in like editing and post production of things. Like when I shoot,
Yeah.
I plan for my edit. I plan for like that final shot. And it's like when he
Yeah.
sent me the raws of that, I was just like, I'm gonna have so much fun with these. I was like, I
Dude,
can't wait to
and
dive into them.
you guys took videos of it too
No,
or just
actually, only
shots?
photos. It was our first time doing rollers, actually.
Dude,
First
but
ever time doing
they
rollers.
turned out amazing.
I know they look something straight out of a magazine.
Dude, that's so sick.
I was really happy with those. I actually forgot
Dope.
I had those. Thank you for bringing that up. I want to get prints of them.
Dude, you should. Like the metallic print where it's kind of like the glossy but in metal. Oh, that'd be dope.
I'm gonna look into that now.
Oh,
I think we have like a professional like studio photo printer at school. Like no one uses it, just collecting dust. I'm gonna use it. I'm
use
gonna
it.
use it.
You could use that and use that for
I can
photos
sell the
of like a
prints.
business, and you could sell the prints. That's what I was saying. You could use your school and then not use it, but like use your school's resources and then make
Honestly,
money off
if
it.
I was making enough money for my prints, like I would give permission to my school to use their stuff. Like
Yeah.
you see all these like people like especially like me like
Dude.
sell their prints. They have like
Mhm.
1,500 followers on Instagram. They're selling their prints. Like, I'm not saying 1,500 followers is a bad number. You could be like
No.
900 followers and like better than Sam Coulter type of thing, and like still
Yeah.
sell your prints. It's just like selling your prints as like an artist, as a creative, is so saturated. It's like
It,
nobody's
it,
doing anything different. Like you see prints being sold, yeah, but you don't see as much prints being sold as you do presets.
no. No. Presets. That's another thing. Have you thought about selling presets? Because presets are
I have thought about
huge.
it.
Okay.
This might shock you. I hate presets.
Really?
I've never used anyone's presets, downloaded presets.
Not
Okay,
even like Peter
I've
McKinnon, the king.
I've used Black Paris. That's the only thing I've used.
Really?
But Black Paris is such
Okay.
a defined look. It's like if you do it, you do it type of thing.
Yeah. Huh.
My
I mean,
my friend
so
Drew swears
like,
by them. He loves them. I find nothing wrong with it. It increases your workflow, your productivity so much.
it
It really
does.
helps with finding your own style. It's just I was always like a cool, LUTs are cool, presets are cool, but I want to know how they got that look. How did they get the skin
Yeah.
tones like that? It's like I'm actually using
Jeez.
DaVinci
Okay.
Resolve now to
Really?
color
Not
grade.
Lightroom?
No, for video. Sorry,
Oh, for
should have
videos.
specified
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. No,
Um,
yeah, but still, because
and
LUTs
so
are
like, I've been
for
fooling around with like color
videos.
science. Like I'm learning a lot.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot to it.
Dang. That's sick though. That like you're kind of stepping out of the norm. You don't want to just buy it, put it on, and
It,
go.
it was funny. Like the other day, I went on a shoot for like the first time in a month. Actually, a local photographer I just reached out to in my town. I loved his work. I was like, hey, like let's shoot. He was like, all right, Sunday work. I was like, perfect.
Don't, man.
And like
Yeah.
I was honestly having a hard time editing it. It was really harsh lighting. And so like
Mhm.
I sent it over to my friend Drew. I was like, listen, like throw a preset on this. I want to see what it looks like. He sent it
Yeah.
back to me. I was like, I can replicate this look. And so like I had my phone up with like the photo of his preset. And I'm just
Yeah.
like going off like editing. I'm at a point now where I can match colors like perfectly. Like
Dude.
you give me a Sam Coulter clip,
That
I can probably color grade it perfectly
that's
to that
hard
clip.
for photographers to do because they need
It's
to
so
see
hard.
like, yeah, dude,
But like
that's
in the three
impressive
years I've
though.
been doing it,
Mhm.
I've never touched a preset.
Really?
Like, of course I have my own that I use as a base
Yeah,
now.
of course, but like
Have I
you've
thought
made
about
them.
selling them? Of course.
Will
It's
you?
just maybe in the future.
Maybe in the future.
I
Okay.
need to. We were talking
The
about it
guy
earlier.
who
We're
doesn't
both
like presets
perfectionists.
but will do. Yeah, we are both
I don't
perfectionists.
know. So like I need to perfect them completely. Like I want them to
Okay.
be able to look good on any photo you apply them to, not just
Yeah.
moody portraits.
Yeah, like artsy or
Yeah, I
dude.
know.
Yeah,
It's ugh.
moody portraits.
Don't
Are
get me
good,
wrong;
but
those styles are great.
oh no, they're dope.
It's just not my type of thing.
I totally get it. I totally get it. Okay. How long have we been talking? Wow, 52
What?
minutes, dude.
Wow, look at that.
Doesn't really feel that long, to be honest.
It feels like 30.
It really does. I'm like in this room and like all of the lights have just shut off around me, and it's just like it's
Isn't
all
that a scary
black.
thought? Like, you're just like sitting there. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah, it's just all black. I'm like, well, okay. I'm
Someone,
scared.
someone's probably like looking at you and they're like, wow, look at this weirdo just talking
Yeah,
to a microphone with a computer in front of him.
look at this dude. Man, he's lonely. I go, yep. I'm kidding. Um. Anyway, I see that lab Zach. Okay. I can't go. All right. Anyway, there's this thing I wanted to like try with everyone I interview on this podcast, and you're the first interviewee, so congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
I think you've done great. You've done awesome. Like this is awesome.
I
What's
appreciate it.
your bright light to share to our listeners, to people out there, like to keep going, to keep pushing, to keep doing whatever?
There's gonna be times where like you feel like you're no different from anyone else. There's gonna be times where you feel like whatever field, like so for me it's photos. Like there's gonna be a time where like I'm just gonna use the photo example because like that's what I'm so adequate to. Is like
Yeah.
there's gonna be a time where like photos is like you're gonna think to yourself like this is not it for me.
Okay.
But if you just it's like going to the gym. It's like the days you don't want to go to the gym and you go turn out to be the best days. So it's
Yeah.
like the shoots you don't want to go on, like the type of shoots you don't want to do, if you do, could be actually like maybe the most fun or like the most inspiring or like even the most door opening like for opportunity like shoots you do.
Yeah.
So like I guess that ties into like a generic broader statement, like not just the niche of photos, is like hop on every opportunity you got, no matter what it is. I know a lot of people are like it's a very controversial thought, like especially with the young minds type of entrepreneurial age in
Yeah.
2021 is like people don't want to work for free.
No, they don't, and they're not. They want to
No.
put themselves out there, but they want to get paid when they put themselves out there.
And like they might be good, yes, and they're just starting out. They might be good at what they
Mm-hmm.
do, and like they might be like, demanding to pay. It's just like work for free, get your connections, get your bearings, like, get a sense of like how the industry works.
Yeah.
And then from there, it's like grow your portfolio, work for free, and just meet new people, and then eventually start weaving in some prices to it.
Mm-hmm.
That would
Well,
probably be
yeah.
that, and like just keep chugging along. No matter how much you hate it, no matter how much you just want to quit, just don't.
Just keep
Because
going.
in the end, it'll be so worth it. In 10 years, you're gonna look back and be like, wow, like
Yeah.
that one day could have ruined it all, but like look at me now.
I mean, now, dude, that's great advice. I mean, I'm glad I haven't really heard. This is like the first time you and I have like really just talked deep,
Talked,
and
yeah,
I'm kind of glad for that. But I think we're good. I think it's time to cut it. So, Zach, thank you again so much for
no
the
problem, of course.
conversation. Where can they find you on Instagram or wherever?
My Instagram is at Zach Fleischman, so that's ZachFleishman, and then from there, it's just kind of like a hub for all my other stuff. So you can find my website, and that's really the only other thing I use. I
Dope,
mean,
man. Yeah.
ladies, I'm single right now as of February 4th, 2021.
Hey,
Valentine's Day is 10 days, so
I am
um,
too.
you could
So,
DM me. I'll send you my snap. We can get to it. I'll take you out. I work at a nice restaurant. I have a 25% off discount there, so
all right,
let
okay,
me know.
all right. Yep.
Um, no,
Cracks
but
me up.
Luke, thank you so much for having me. This was actually pretty fun. I
No
appreciate
problem,
it.
bro. All right. Well, thank you. I will chat with you soon.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Right. Later.
Peace out. All right. I'm just gonna hit stop to that. Yeah. That was Zach. He's awesome, dude. Love the kid to death. That's the first time him and I have like really talked. So I'm glad you guys could kind of get that first interaction. But you know what? I think that's it. It's 57 minutes. That's the longest podcast yet, and it's only the second one. So, guys, thank you again for listening so much. Thank you so much for listening. I'm loving this. I'm smiling ear to ear. This is fun. So, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. Peace out.